I'm here at Big Marsh with the Audubon Society. We're gonna go look for birds. Let's go.
We are standing at Big Marsh Park on the southeast side of Chicago in the Calumet region. It's one of the largest wetlands that we have. My name is Daniel Suarez. I'm the Conservation Director at Audubon Great Lakes. My first love were native plants. Once I started working with Audubon and I got to see all of the really cool birds that call wetlands home, it gave me a whole new view into the ecosystem that I hadn't appreciated before. Before I was only thinking about how many plant species can we establish and using that as my indicator for success. Now it's how many breeding pairs do we have? How many of those ultra rare species that haven't been seen for decades coming back. As recently as 200 years ago, this area was completely dominated by wetlands. From the state line of Indiana to the lake, wetlands today look much different. We've built neighborhoods that have fragmented these wetlands to the point where the way that they function has fundamentally been changed. We've actually built water control structures to help us mimic natural processes that used to be here. So wetlands like these at Big Marsh are some of the best tools we have against climate change. They act as sponges that can store huge amounts of water. 1 acre of wetland, just 1 foot deep, can store 1.5 million gallons of water. That is almost immeasurable in terms of keeping water out of human communities and mitigating flooding. Wildlife still take advantage of these tiny pockets of wetland in this highly urbanized area. Species like bitterns and herons and cranes, common gallinules, we call them secretive marsh birds. They live in among the wetland vegetation, hardly ever making an appearance. We need to rely on the calls that they make to know their presence. The cool thing is they're actually really reliable indicators for the wetland health. Just by knowing whether or not a least bittern or a sora is in the wetland behind me, we can learn a lot about how healthy this overall system is.
Okay, final question. Favorite bird?
Well, we're in a marsh here and soras are one of my favorite birds. These are one of the biggest success stories that we have. They're very tiny. I've only seen a sora about 3 times in my life. To love something that you've seen so rarely is a testament to how charismatic this bird is, mostly due to their call. It sounds like some cosmic horse. It's an unmistakable sound. I still remember the first time I heard a sora, we're both here at Big Marsh. The joy and excitement that filled me with is something I'll never forget.
Well, what does it sound like?
Like kind of thing, but a much higher pitch. This is it.
There you go. Oh my God. Okay, good.
You were spot on.
Yeah.
No, indistinguishable. It sounds like they're dropping like a marble down a tube or something.
It is a crazy sound that you will not mistake for anything else.